Hello, I'm Your Name from Nothing, where we turn nothing into something exciting. Reading news daily feels like staring into the void, endless, empty, and a tad existential. But today's essential news fills it with fun headlines. Kicking off today's episode, in a dominant Elite Eight matchup at the United Center in Chicago, top-seeded Michigan Wolverines crushed sixth-seeded Tennessee Volunteers 95-62 on March 29, 2026. Yaxel Lendeborg led the way with 27 points, shooting efficiently on 10 of 19 field goals. Michigan jumped out to a 48-26 halftime lead and never looked back, completing multiple scoring runs, including a 20-0 spurt in the first half. Elliot Cadeau added 10 assists as the Wolverines shot 52% from the field and 38% from three-point range. Tennessee struggled offensively at 30% shooting and couldn't match Michigan's intensity. This victory sends Michigan to its ninth Final Four appearance and third since 2013. The Wolverines improved to 35-3, while Tennessee ends at 25-12. Michigan's strong defense and balanced attack overwhelmed the Volunteers throughout the game. Next up, for more general news, the Trump administration has deployed immigration and customs enforcement agents to U.S. airports to assist the Transportation Security Administration as the Department of Homeland Security faces an extended funding crisis lasting over 40 days. Border Czar Tom Homan indicated that ICE agents would continue their airport presence even after TSA workers receive back pay, suggesting the deployment serves broader security objectives beyond addressing immediate staffing shortages. While Homan stated ICE agents would focus on guard duties and crowd control rather than security screening roles, critics including union leaders and Democratic lawmakers raised concerns about untrained immigration officers operating in airport security zones. The deployment marks an escalation in the funding standoff, with Congress deadlocked over DHS appropriations and disagreements over immigration enforcement spending. ICE maintains operational funding through earlier congressional allocations, allowing the agency to assist despite the broader shutdown affecting other Homeland Security departments like FEMA and the Coast Guard. On Palm Sunday, March 29, 2026, Israeli police blocked Cardinal Pierbattista Pizzaballa, the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, and Father Francesco Yelpo, Custos of the Holy Land, from entering the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. They were heading there privately for Mass, without any procession. This marked the first time in centuries the church leaders could not celebrate at the site Christians believe is where Jesus was crucified and resurrected. Police cited security risks from ongoing Iranian missile threats, targeting Jerusalem's Old City, where holy sites lack bomb shelters. All such sites have been closed since the US-Israeli war on Iran began, with gatherings limited. The Latin Patriarchate called it a serious precedent that disregards believers worldwide. Israeli President Isaac Herzog expressed regret, reaffirming religious freedom commitments. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered immediate access for the cardinal and plans to partially reopen the church for Holy Week. Leaders like Italy's Giorgia Meloni and France's Emmanuel Macron condemned it as an offence to faith. Ceremonies shifted to other locations with restrictions. Coming up next, Pakistan's Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar announced that Islamabad would be honoured to host talks between the US and Iran in the coming days. He aims for a comprehensive settlement to the ongoing Middle East conflict, now in its second month since the US and Israel launched attacks on February 28th, killing Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. Dar shared this after a meeting with foreign ministers from Turkey, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia, who voiced full support. Both the US and Iran have shown confidence in Pakistan as a facilitator, with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif confirming talks with leaders from both sides. China also backs the effort, yet Iran's parliament speaker rejected the negotiations as a ruse for a US ground invasion, vowing that any troops would be set on fire. He stressed Iran's forces are ready and will not accept humiliation. Meanwhile, 3,500 more US Marines deployed to the region, and Israel expands operations in Lebanon, heightening tensions. Pakistan positions itself as a neutral diplomatic hub with ties to all parties. Apple's worldwide 50th anniversary festivities are building to a close. Bloomberg reporter Mark Gurman revealed the grand finale will happen this week at Apple Park in Cupertino. It's a private event for employees, with a special guest performer hinted to be Paul McCartney. Gurman noted the headliner is still going strong, part of the British invasion and someone Steve Jobs would have loved. The Apple Park Visitor Center closes early at 3 p.m. Pacific Time on March 31st, but the party stays internal, likely excluding the public and possibly retail staff. This caps weeks of global events, from Alicia Keys in New York to performances in China, South Korea, Thailand, and more places like the UK and Australia. Apple turns 50 on April 1st. Hardware chief John Ternus may take center stage. Employees are thrilled for the elaborate bash. We continue with some more technology news. Epic Games recently laid off over 1,000 employees due to declining Fortnite engagement and revenue drops. Among them was Michael Prink, a programmer who had worked there for over 6 years while fighting terminal brain cancer. His wife, Jenny Griffin, shared on social media that the layoff stripped him of life insurance and income right when they needed it most. She noted his condition makes new insurance impossible as a pre-existing issue. Griffin criticized Epic's leaders for seeing workers as numbers, not people, and asked for help to reach the company. Gamers online called the move cruel and urged CEO Tim Sweeney to act. Epic announced the layoffs on March 24, 2026. Sweeney responded that the studio will solve the insurance issue for Prinky's family. And up next, 2027 is gearing up to be a standout year for sci-fi RPG fans. Archetype Entertainment, led by Mass Effect veterans, revealed a new trailer for Exodus at the Game Awards. This choice-driven RPG launches early 2027 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S, and PC via Steam and Epic Games Store. Players lead a crew against ancient celestials in a galaxy full of mystery, where decisions shape stories and civilizations. It blends intense third-person action with deep narrative moments. Other big titles like The Expanse, Osiris Reborn could deliver gritty open-world exploration across planets and moons, capturing the TV show's political intrigue. Tomb Raider, Catalyst adds puzzle-solving adventure, while lists highlight more space epics. Fantasy RPGs dominate now, but these could revive large-scale sci-fi gaming many miss. To wrap up today's episode, this week in Pokémon Go kicks off with Dynamax Woobat raids, running from March 30 to April 5. Players can join Max Monday battles featuring this Pokémon. Spotlight hours bring fun encounters. Mariani on March 31st, Pikachu on April 1st, possibly with an April Fool's Mimikyu twist. Magnemite on April 2nd, Chinchou on April 3rd, Ponyta on April 4th, and Voltorb on April 5th, all from 6 to 7 p.m. local time. Shiny boosts highlight Pikachu, Chinchou, and Voltorb. On April 4th from 2 to 5 p.m, Fashion Raid Day spotlights costumed Pokémon like Butterfree, Diglett, Dragonite, Hoppip, Sneasel, Cubchoo, Absol, Shinx, Crocodile, Blitzel, and Meowth in raids. Tier 5 raids feature Regidrago until April 7th, while Mega Manectric takes over from April 1 to 7. Shadow Latios appears in Shadow Raids. A shockingly good time event runs March 31st to April 6th, boosting shiny chances for electric types like Pikachu and boosting wild spawns. Do not miss these chances for candies, XP, and rare catches. That's a wrap on today's Essential News. I'm Nothing's reluctant rep, hijacked by a product manager with zero chill, stuck reading headlines daily when I'd rather be, well, nothing. Catch you tomorrow.